Welcome back to my channel. So on today's video I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful wrap top, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment so I can continue creating more videos. Well, I have my pattern paper on fold, and I'm gonna just make a straight line here to act as my shoulder line. So from the shoulder line I'm just gonna measure all the vertical points, which is my bust point. I measured 10 inches, and I'm gonna go straight down to my top length, which is 18 inches. So I'll just make all the horizontal lines now. So from there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure my shoulder to shoulder measurement. My shoulder to shoulder measurement is 7 inches, and then after marking my shoulder to shoulder measurement, I'm gonna go down by 1 inch, and I will just measure 4 inches, and again I'll go down by 1 inches. This one is for my neck hole, so I'll go down by other 1 inch, and then just make a rectangle here. And after that I will take my curve roller just to make a very nice curve here on the neck. So well, I'm done. I'm gonna join these 2 points together with a straight rule, and then after that I would just measure from here and then go down by the measurement I got from the round arm measurement. So my round measurement is 8 inches. So I divided the 16 inches by 2, and that will act as my shoulder line, my bust line, my waist line, and that's it. So I'll just join these 2 points. I'm just gonna go straight down to the chest line. So after measuring the straight chest line, I'm gonna take the round measurement for the chest line, which mine was 8.5 inches, and then I will divide this line here by 2. I'm gonna find the center line. My center line is 4 inches, and then I will go in by 0.5. After that I will take my curve rule and then just join these lines here. And then if you don't have the curve rule, it's simple, you can just use your free hand, and that's it. So on the waistline I'm gonna take my round waist measurement, divide by 4, and then make a point right there, and then just join here, and that's it. So what's left for me is to just cut out the pattern. So guys, all the round measurement, to just divide all the round measurement by 4 inches, but then for the shoulder to shoulder measurement to divide by 2 inches. So I have my chest line, my bust, and my top length. So well, that's it. So I'm firstly gonna cut on my fabric piece on my material here. I'm gonna cut out the back, and then after cutting the back, then I will cut out the front. Not forgetting the 0.5 for the seam allowance, because remember our pattern did not have the seam allowance. So don't mind the other drawing there, just focus on this side here. So I'm gonna come on this side here and measure 2 inches, and from that 2 inches here I'm gonna make a curve line from the shoulder to the point I measured 2 inches down there. So guys, note, the deeper you go, the deeper your boob will show. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out this part here. and then I will cut out on my material. So I'm gonna explain further after cutting this piece here. So when you go to the second part of the front piece, just make sure that your fabric is right side facing. And that's it. I have my back and also my front. So basically I have two pieces for the front and then one back piece for the back. So to explain this part here, what I did was, while I was cutting, when I got to this point, I just went out just straight like so. But then if you want to stop, if you want to avoid confusion, you can just stop here, and then after stopping here, it means that you will have to cut out something of this width, also including the seam allowance, and then just join here to make the belt. But then in my case, what I did was, when I got here, I just went out straight, so meaning that I'm also gonna join these two pieces together, and then after joining these pieces together, then it will become a one long wrapping belt. Well, now this is what I have in total. So I'm gonna take my front and my back like so, and then I will just join the shoulders together. And as you can see now, I've joined my shoulders together. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm also gonna join the sides. So I'm just gonna pin down the sides, and then I will just go straight to my sewing machine and sew the sides. And that's it. That's what I have right now for my top. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna work on the sleeves. So I've already cut out the sleeve. If you don't know how to draft a sleeve, you can check my previous videos. They explain better on how to draft or manipulate a sleeve. So for the sleeve, I measured 18 inches. And it ends somewhere here, and then the last part from here to my wrist down, then it will be a open flare, which I'm also gonna cut out. So for the flare part of my sleeve, I will measure the bottom part here. So mine is 11.5 inches. So I'm gonna take the 11.5 inches, divide it by 6,28. So now you can see I have a fabric piece here which I folded 4 times, and then I'm gonna measure that radius that I got after dividing by 6.28. So I'm gonna measure 1.8 inches here on this part here, and from here I'm gonna measure the length of how long I want my flare part of the sleeve to be. So mine, I just measured 4.5 inches, and then I'm gonna measure 4.5 inches all along. And the 4.5 inches also include the seam allowance, which and from there I'll just go ahead and cut out my flap part of the sleeve. And in the end, this is what I have, and this is how it looks. So from here I'm just gonna take the other part of the sleeve and then join the two pieces together. So I'm gonna do this for both my sleeves. And this is how the sleeves look. So I'm gonna just hem the bottom part of the sleeve here, and then after hemming this part, then I will go ahead and just join the sides. And after joining, this is how my sleeves look. Well, the next step for me to do is I will just attach the sleeves to the top. So while joining the sleeves, just make sure that the seam line on the sleeve and the seam line on the sides of the top, they are aligned. So you firstly align those two, and then you can just go ahead and just pin everything around. So this is right side facing. And once I'm done pinning the shoulders down, what I will do is I'll make a stitch, then everything will be attached, and I'm also going to use a zigzag stitch just for a clean finish. And that's it. I'm done with the zigzag stitch and also attaching my sleeve. So the last thing for me to do is to hem the front part and also the wrapping belt. So I'm just gonna fold in here like this, but I'm gonna be using a bias, so I'm just explaining this part so you can understand. And if you don't have a bias, then you can use the method that I'm telling you. But as for me, I'm gonna be attaching a bias all around. And on the bottom part, I won't be using a bias. I will be using just a hemming method. And that's the final product. I have my bias in, and I also hemmed the bottom part of my top. So guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next video.